When it comes to our relationships with cats, many of us enjoy watching them as they explore their surroundings, nap, or play. However, one common piece of advice often given to cat owners is to avoid staring directly at their feline companions. While this might seem like an odd recommendation at first, it is rooted in the way cats perceive the world and their interactions with humans. Staring at a cat may seem harmless, but for a cat, it can carry a variety of meanings and impact their behavior and comfort in subtle but significant ways. Cats, like many animals, rely heavily on body language to communicate. Their expressions, movements, and behaviors often convey far more information than any words could. This is especially true when it comes to their eyes. For a cat, direct eye contact can be interpreted in various ways depending on the situation and context. Unlike humans, who often use eye contact to express emotions such as affection, interest, or confidence, cats can interpret staring as a sign of challenge, threat, or dominance. In the wild, eye contact is often a signal of aggression or dominance. Predators and other territorial animals tend to lock eyes with each other before making a move, whether it's in the form of a fight or a predatory attack. For a cat, a prolonged stare can mimic this aggressive intent, even if you don't mean any harm. When you stare directly at a cat, it may interpret your gaze as a challenge to its space or a sign of potential danger. This can lead to stress or anxiety for the cat, especially if it feels trapped or unable to escape from your gaze. One of the most important things to understand about cats is that they are highly sensitive to changes in their environment and are often more attuned to subtle cues than we are. A cat's instinct is to remain vigilant and alert to anything that could pose a threat. This includes paying attention to the behavior of humans in their vicinity. While you may be thinking of your cat as a loving companion, your direct eye contact may be perceived as something more threatening. This can cause the cat to become uncomfortable, tense, or even defensive, especially if they do not fully trust you yet or are still adjusting to your presence. Cats also have different ways of using their eyes to communicate with other cats or animals. For example, a slow blink is often interpreted as a sign of trust or affection in the feline world. When a cat slowly blinks at you, it's essentially saying that it feels safe and comfortable around you. The act of slowly closing their eyes in your presence is a sign of relaxation and trust. However, when a cat perceives that someone is staring at them without breaking the gaze, they may interpret it as an attempt to challenge them, making them feel uneasy. This might cause the cat to respond by turning away, hissing, or even swatting to signal discomfort or a need for space. Another reason why staring at a cat can be problematic is that it may not allow for appropriate socialization or bonding. Cats are creatures of habit and can be quite sensitive when it comes to building trust with humans. In the early stages of your relationship with a cat, it's important to let them approach you on their terms and at their own pace. If you're staring at them intensely, you could inadvertently push them away by invading their personal space or making them feel unsafe. Cats, particularly those who are more shy or anxious, might retreat or become more reclusive if they feel threatened by your direct stare. On the other hand, some cats may become defensive or aggressive, perceiving the stare as a challenge. Furthermore, cats have a highly developed sense of body language, and their comfort often depends on a combination of subtle movements and nonverbal cues. When interacting with a cat, it's important to pay attention to their body posture, tail position, and overall demeanor. If a cat's ears are flattened, their tail is puffed, or they appear tense, these are signs that they may not appreciate your presence or gaze. In these situations, continuing to stare can exacerbate the tension and lead to a negative interaction. A better approach is to allow the cat to make the first move toward interaction and avoid staring at them in a way that might be perceived as threatening. On a more psychological level, the act of staring at a cat can also create feelings of discomfort or stress due to the perceived invasion of their territory. Cats are naturally territorial animals, and their personal space is important to them. A cat that feels like its territory is being intruded upon, even by a well-meaning human, may respond defensively. In their eyes, your unbroken stare could be seen as an unwelcome intrusion, similar to how they might react if they were facing a rival cat. This sense of territoriality is especially important when dealing with cats who are not as familiar with humans or new to your household. In these situations, avoiding direct eye contact is one of the best ways to show respect for their boundaries and create a sense of security. Additionally, staring at a cat can hinder the development of positive interactions and trust. Trust is an essential component of the human-animal bond, and it takes time for a cat to feel comfortable around a new person. If you force eye contact, it may create a sense of pressure or unease, making it harder for the cat to relax and engage with you. Instead, it's better to let the cat approach you on its own terms, using softer, more indirect eye contact to communicate calmness and non-threatening intent. This can be done by glancing at the cat without locking eyes or by turning your gaze slightly to the side to make yourself appear less intimidating. It's also worth noting that the way you stare at a cat can influence their behavior. If you consistently maintain a hard, direct gaze, your cat may start to associate that look with discomfort or danger. This can create a pattern of behavior where the cat begins to avoid you, become more fearful, or display signs of aggression in response to your presence. By being mindful of your eye contact and respecting the cat's boundaries, you help foster a more positive relationship and create an environment where both you and the cat feel safe and comfortable. Of course, this doesn't mean that you should avoid eye contact altogether. Cats do look to us for signs of affection and care, and making eye contact in the right context can help build your bond. The key is to understand that the type of eye contact that works with humans, intense, prolonged, and unwavering, is not the same for cats. Instead, opt for more subtle, gentle ways of interacting with them. If you're unsure whether your cat is comfortable with your gaze, observe their body language for signs of relaxation or tension. If your cat appears calm, their tail is relaxed, and they're approaching you willingly, then light eye contact is likely to be well received. While eye contact is an important part of human communication, it can be interpreted very differently by cats. For them, direct staring can be a sign of aggression, dominance, or an invasion of personal space. To build a positive relationship with your cat, it's important to respect their boundaries and communicate in ways that make them feel safe and comfortable. By being mindful of how and when you make eye contact with your cat, you help create an atmosphere of trust and affection, making your interactions more enjoyable for both of you.